underway. I'm Corwin Haig. Litigation officially on hold.
We'll get to our traffic and weather coming up in 4 minutes, but first to ABC News. It's 8:30. President Biden is expected to deliver remarks on the better-than-expected jobs report with 187,000 jobs added in July. The Fed is trying to cool the labor market a bit. The unemployment rate, though, ticking upward to 3.8%. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more.
Once again, we saw wages rising more than inflation, which is good news because that means that our purchasing power is a little stronger, but not so much so that it would have the Fed be worried about inflation. Wages up 0.2% month over month, 4.3% year over year.
The Labor Day weekend getaway ramping up. TSA is projecting some 14 million passengers to travel this weekend. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg at Chicago's O'Hare today.
FAA expects close to 50,000 flights per day, around 45,000 on Monday and on Tuesday.
Buttigieg says they've worked to increase staffing for air traffic controllers. The holiday weekend for many in Florida and the Carolinas will be cleaning up after Idalia. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
News Radio 1000, FM 97.7. Stay connected, stay informed.
Good morning to you on this Friday. It is September 1st. It's 8:31 in downtown Seattle. We have clouds and 62 degrees.
Along with Brian Calvert, I'm Amanda Factor, and here's what's happening.
Former Bremerton High School assistant football coach Joe Kennedy will be involved in his first game in 8 years tonight.
He lost his job for refusing to stop praying on the field.
Now, when Kennedy lost his job, his legal team filed suit against the Bremerton School District. After multiple courtroom battles, the U.S. Supreme Court sided with Kennedy. They ruled his First Amendment rights were violated by the district and that he needed to be reinstated. While the coach has had a lot of support, there are some who believe the court's ruling violates the separation of church and state. The school board settled with Kennedy's attorneys on their fees at $1,775,000. And we spoke one-on-one with the coach earlier this month. Here's what he had to say about returning to the football field.
This will be me stepping into a new arena with them, and the coaching staff has been so gracious. School district is, they're working through it, and hopefully we can move beyond that.
And we'll be working with the running backs this time.
That's a couple of fourth no higher.
Lawsuit that could result in the removal of 4 lower Snake River dams is officially on hold in a move aimed at avoiding a messy court fight.
We get the update from Northwest News Radio's Corwin Haig.
The divisive issue of whether the dams all in southeastern Washington should be breached will not go to court until November at the earliest under a new legal agreement. Dave Summers, Snohomish County executive and former fish biologist, believes the dams' days are numbered.
Ultimately, I think those dams will come out, but there's a whole economy that's many communities that have been built up along there.
Environmentalists and Indian tribes are fighting for the removal of the dams to restore passage for migrating salmon. On the other side are those who argue the dams help irrigate farms and provide badly needed carbon-free power. The Seattle Times reports a long-standing state litigation was supposed to end Thursday. Instead, both sides agreed to extend the stay 60 days in hopes of reaching an out-of-court solution. Corwin Haig, Northwest News Radio.
The University of Washington researchers' newly published paper states greenhouse gas emissions are killing polar bears. Atmospheric sciences professor Cecilia Dentz co-authored the paper. They provide a direct link between greenhouse gas emissions, melting sea ice, and the survival rates of polar bear cubs.
Sea ice itself is also an ecosystem platform for polar bears and also for seals.
The paper was published Thursday in the Journal Science.
It's 8:34. Northwest traffic coming to that every 10 minutes on the 4s.
Get over to the High Performance Homes Traffic Center and get up to date with Kiera Jordan.
So we had an earlier crash being reported on North and I-5 near the Nisqually River Bridge, but it looks like that has left the area, and I'm only seeing some lights flowing through there, so not too much to worry about. And on North and I-5, one of our only slow spots right now is in Seattle, and that's when the brake lights come on around Albro, and you're going to stick with a busy commute until you hit the convention center. We have that lighter slowing on northbound 167 coming out of Auburn into Kent, and then crowding right as you're about to reach 405. That's when we find a heavy commute. That's northbound 405. That's going to be quite slow from the Valley Freeway to about Sunset, and it'll break up a little bit more as you're traveling into that Newcastle area. Our travel time from London into Bellevue is running about 22 minutes. East on 18, that's really getting stacked up. Off and on slowing for about 4 miles right now as you're trying to travel off of Tiger Mountain and reach I-90. Our next Northwest traffic up, 844. Our report this time is sponsored by Lowe's.
to shop Labor Day appliance savings at Lowe's. Now's the time to refresh your kitchen for less. Lowe's knows home improvement.
Meteorologist Kristen Clark has your weekend forecast, sponsored by Northwest Crawlspace Services.
Shallow fall kicks off the month of September and the unofficial end to summer this holiday weekend. Full sunshine by this afternoon, and we're back to the seasonal norm of temperatures in the upper 70s. Further warming takes us to 85 degrees and changes down tomorrow. But in come cooling clouds and a few sprinkles on Sunday. Won't be a washout. Showers should wrap up early Monday with a dry Labor Day afternoon. In the Tacoma Weather Center, meteorologist Kristen Clark.
Right now we have some clouds across western Washington. In Puyallup, it is 61 degrees. Olympia checking in with 55. Tacoma, 61. Downtown Seattle, 62 degrees.
It's 8:36. Converting vacant office space into affordable housing isn't as easy as you might think.
Activists have floated the idea, considering more employees are working from home and Seattle is in dire need of additional housing. But the city's principal urban planner, Lyle Becknell, says safety codes make conversion quite expensive.
Plumbing, location of elevators, electrical systems, all of that makes for a complicated transition, and pointedly, it makes for relatively expensive housing, which is great, but not necessarily affordable.
Says most offices just aren't designed to be living quarters, making it cost prohibitive for developers in the city to convert them into shelters or residential buildings.
A woman is accused of stealing a car to get away from sheriff's deputies, and Pierce County authorities say she assaulted them in the process. Despite all that, as we hear from Como 4's Jackie Kent, the woman is out of jail.
In court Wednesday, the suspect pleaded not guilty. The prosecuting attorney's office asked bail be set at $75,000. But the Superior Court Commissioner let her walk before trial under conditions like not carrying a gun, and she must report to pretrial services.
We have seen this many times before, and they don't always cooperate, and then guess who gets to go out and try to catch them again? We do.
Sergeant Darren Moss is frustrated by the lack of accountability and the message that sends to criminals.
Because it makes our job even more dangerous if people feel there's no consequence to assaulting an officer.
Jackie Kent.